Good morning, this is Wayne Bilal with a Smart Profit Maximizing Moment. Here's Tessie. She's grown, she's over 7 months old now. She's about full grown almost. And she's being antsy today. Took a little fall and hurt my knee yesterday, so I couldn't walk her today or yesterday, so she's a little bit more antsy than normal. Anyways, today we're going to talk about the fastest way to increase profits, all right? I said, let me do a better job introducing myself and adjust the camera so I have a full head. There we go. Hi. My name is Wayne Bilal. I'm founder of a local CPA firm. We focus since 1991, so I've been doing this a long, long time. Actually, a lot longer than that. I passed the CPA exam back in the late 70s. So I've definitely been doing this quite a bit longer than that. So here you go, girl. There you go. That's enough. We focus on three things. One, we focus on helping business owners make more money, which is what these videos are about. Second thing is tax planning. We're in the middle of tax planning season. Saved our clients over $4.3 million already in the last 3 years. And of course, tax returns. Let's talk about increasing profits though. Quickest way to increase profits, really the fastest, the one that will get the instant results right now, is cutting expenses. All right? Yes, I know. That's easy, you'd think, but you'd be amazed. First, let's understand why. Increasing profitable sales can be accomplished by all business owners, but doing so takes time, all right? The fastest way to increase profit is to decrease overhead cost. If you have 50% cost of sales, in other words, $2 for sale, $1 to buy the product, that means basically you have $1 gross profit. Turn that around, every day, you behave. She's spoiled. I haven't been able to walk her, like I said. Every $1 reduction in expenses is equal to $2 in sales. Worse than that, let's say you're only on a 10% margin or less, but grocery stores run on slightly less than that. Every cut in expenses is equal to $10 in sales. The good news, every business I've worked with that I reviewed expenses with has been able to identify 10 to 20% of overhead cost reductions. In fact, when I'm helping a business owner who are close to shutting down, we can easily find ways to cut expenses by 50% or more. Think about that. Because now we're talking about survival. What can I live without? Amazing what you can live without when you have to. All right, you, come on, go outside. Come on. Sorry about that. She wants to be whined at. All right, think about that. Businesses that are trying to survive can cut up to 50% of costs. So the question is, why wait until you're forced to dramatically cut costs? First step in cutting costs pretty easy. Get a list of all your expenses other than payroll over the last 12 months. We'll talk about payroll cutting at another time. Highlight any recurring expenses such as rent, subscriptions, internet access, training classes, magazine, etc. See which ones you can live without. You'd be amazed what ends up happening that you add $15 here, $30 here, $40 here. Well, when you get done, you might have, last time I went through this, I had over $100 a month. It's $1,200 a year. I mean, it's not a lot, but it makes a difference, okay? And it's stuff I wasn't using, all right? Then the second thing you do, now multiply your overhead cost by 10%. That's your goal. That's your minimum goal that you're setting for yourself. Review each expense item and ask yourself, hey, you behave. And ask yourself, can you cancel an expense item without reducing profits or affecting your customer experience? Think about that. Will this item, and that's what you should ask about everything you spend money on, if I got rid of it, can I do it without reducing profits? All right. And without affecting the customer service. If not, try to negotiate every other expense down. Ask yourself, does this expense, let's word this a different way, does this expense contribute to profits by increasing efficiency or by helping me improve the customer's experience in order to increase profits? If your answer is no, then plan to eliminate it as soon as possible. If you still haven't reduced your expenses by 10%, starting asking yourself a tougher question. One of my favorites is, how can I get 2 times the result with half the effort and cost? Think about that. How can I get double the results with half the effort and cost? This is a fantastic question for making massive changes and increasing your profits. Did that with myself on getting rid of outsourcing the bookkeeping staff. I mean, I had somebody come in yesterday I could have made some money on, but I would have had to hire a staff and my profit margin would have been a lot less. We got rid of it. My bottom line went down by 40,000. My top line went up by 80,000. Think about that. That's called increasing efficiency. I was able now to spend my time rather than on low profit margin area on a high profit margin area. All right, once you have reduced your expenses by 10%, continue to review your expenses every quarter to catch expense creep. That's what happens. It's, as you're doing better in particular. Every business has this happen to them if they're not careful. Your goal is to become a very frugal business owner, not simply a cheap one. Remember, if an expense does not lead to increased profits, eliminate it as soon as possible. Hey, this really sounds like boring stuff, but it really isn't. I mean, it's finding money, laying on the table that belongs in your pocket, all right, to increase profits, cut those unnecessary expenses, use it on your marketing to bring in more customers. So cut your expenses first. Also, the next thing I like to talk about is increasing gross profit by cutting your product cost and your delivery cost of the product. Control your payroll. When you're done with those 3 steps, then you look at increasing sales, because now more of it's going to end up on the bottom line. Hey, till next time, this is Wayne Belisle and a waning Tessie. Today she was demanding attention, saying until next time, let's make this our most profitable year ever. Thank you very much.